And then on February 6th, we have Emily Locke. Um, February 7th, we have Ted Sabin. The 13th is Betty Boa, and the 14th, Bryson Blade. I think we are done putting ourselves over. So, well, depending on who you ask, maybe it was a great day for wrestling, maybe it wasn't. Um, that's because we are wrestling with the news. Um, where should we start, Kaliko? Should we start about the big channel move of Monday Night Raw, or the allegations between Vince McMahon and more allegations on Vince McMahon?
Or The Rock taking over TKO. It's just been a whirlwind week.
Yeah. When you think it's going to be a slow week, and then literally like a hurricane comes and hits you in the face and says no. But that's pro wrestling
Hold
for
my
you.
drink. Hold my drink, bitch.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about the negative, and then we'll maybe get into the positive. Vince McMahon, new allegations of sexual misconduct and sex trafficking. Um, Rumor and innuendo suggest he was using employees of WWE as more or less prostitutes for the talent. One talent not necessarily being named, but you could kind of tell from how it was described that it was indeed Brock Lesnar. Whether these allegations are true, not true, to be seen, have yet to come to light. But when it
Oh
comes,
no, 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 no. Usually I let you get that point, but I was the guy that went in the foxhole and read this affidavit. Oh, that shit is mad true. It is so true. And the reason that I know it to be true, I've seen affidavits, but when they have a factual allegations and there are screenshots with conversations, yeah, yeah. I I don't know how graphic you need me to be in this. Should we go all the way in or should we just leave it?
I
Should I go
mean,
all the way?
let's go all the way in.
Okay, fuck it. So, all right. Me, I do contracts for a reading, for a living, so I have to do a lot of reading. So I read this bitch. So I was skimming through it. So come to find out, this girl, she lost a lot of her family members, and she's trying to figure out what to do for a job. Vince used her to say, "Hey, we can get you a job," whatever, and use that as a sexual relationship. Upon being employed in that relationship, that's when Vince started putting the moves on her. So Vince is sitting up there having sex with her like crazy. A, he was recording it and taking pictures of it. B, he was sharing it with Tech Crew, and she knew he was sharing it with Tech Crew. C, she would send him pictures and stuff like that, and he would give critiques such as, "You need three black dicks next to you with your panties down." D, there was a situation in which he had a threesome with her. He defecated on her head and had her perform sexually with him during the threesome and after the threesome. John Laurinaitis, of all people, ended up getting into this, in which there was a situation at WWE headquarters in which they both put her in a room in an office and had a threesome with her and basically assaulted her without her consent. And then he tried to run it back by giving her $15,000 in Bloomingdale gift cards. He allegedly had names for his sex toy. F. He had allegedly names for his sex toys, where he would name sex toys after the bigger ones after black wrestlers, the smaller ones after Caucasian wrestlers. This nigga used her as a pawn to try to get Brock Lesnar to resign. Shall I continue this shit? And I mean, it was like a book. It was a book that just kept giving, sir. But all of it would be he said, she said, if it wasn't for the text screenshots.
Right.
That's where it gets you because you can't you can't just Photoshop shit like that. I mean, you could. However, when you sitting up there saying that Johnny wants her on Tuesdays, why would she make some shit like that up?
Well, I mean, it has been recorded in the past that, Vince has some interesting taste when it comes to that area of life. And I'm
Oh,
being very polite with this.
it's bananas. And then not Stephanie, but Linda found out, and that's when he tried to fire her and give her the NDA, which is basically what the whole thing was. Then comes this is a part where Stephanie gets put into this. Because remember when Stephanie took over and she said she was going to be all serious and taking all these allegations seriously, and they were going to interview people and so on and so forth?
I remember,
She was one of the people that was not interviewed.
of course.
But but the one thing that I noticed with this is just that I'm like, I see why Stephanie left. That was the first thing when I read that. I was like, I get why she left.
Well,
I totally get why she left. I'd leave too.
I don't know what disturbs me more highly. That Brock Lesnar has a pee fetish, or that Vince and John Laurinaitis had three ways. Either way, I'm probably going to stab my eyes out tonight.
Oh no, when I say I was sitting there like, I, I, it was just like I could not stop reading. It was that damn crazy. Like I literally was just floored reading it. Like for people who sit up there and say it's he say she say, read that bitch. And you remember 3 weeks ago when Chris Jericho, when he was running his mouth and he tried to put himself in some shit, and
Oh
I
yeah.
said, "Pride's gonna be the death of you."
Yep.
Pride is the death of this motherfucker because he could have just stayed his ass in the back and didn't have to. And his arrogance fucks everybody over. His pride fucks everybody over because of the fact that when the first time this happened and they kicked his ass out, everybody was like, "Okay, just chill." But no, you force yourself back in it, sell the company, try to be an overlord of the company. Now this comes out. Now you got your sponsor pulling the day before your big four event.
Right.
Brock, God knows what the fuck's gonna happen. Laurinaitis is gonna have a crazy conversation with the Bella twins. Um, so when I say it was bananas, that thing is bananas. I implore people to read it. It's public record. For those that like reading, take a gander at it because It's 67 pages. Ain't
Oh,
nobody
good
making up
God.
six. Yeah, yeah, it's about 67 pages. You ain't making up 67 pages worth of shit. Like, just saying. If it was like 10, maybe. But 67 with screenshots, and Brock is like in these screenshots, talking about that's your property. You know, if I got her, I'd wreck her. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, the only question that needs to be asked right now is this the final nail in the Vince McMahon coffin, or is Vince McMahon just Nosferatu at this point, or he just rises from the dead every single time?
Oh no, 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 no. This is it because the problem is the way that the lawsuit is written. I don't know if they're going after them civilly or criminally or both. So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But either way, when these screenshots are all over the internet. They're not gonna touch him with a 10-foot pole, which kind of made sense when you look at the timing of a Rock becoming head of TKO the day before the lawsuit came out.
So basically, they knew what was going to happen before it actually happened and got ahead of it.
Oh, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah! Because think about it, 124 Rock becomes head of TKO. 125, the allegations come out, the lawsuit. 126, he's gone.
If this was, just WWE as we know it, you know, I would probably say he'd probably just get past it like he always
No,
does.
he can't. No,
But
no.
considering that there is a governing board at this point, the TKO, WWE board, there's a lot of boards ahead of him. Um,
Yes.
at this point, so I mean, he can't just be the master at this point and there not being any repercussions. He's technically an employee at this point, and he is, replaceable at this point as well. Case in point, he's been
Hmm.
replaced.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that just kind of the thing that got me with it is that this this he should have not even the first time he should have just let it roll. Love's gonna get you killed. Pride's gonna be the death of you. His ego was the enemy.
You're not wrong. And then, we have The Rock becoming a member of the board of WWE. Uh,
Of TKO.
TKO. Potato, potato, however you want to say it. Um, I never, I never thought Triple H would be able to become the head of WWE. It was never even a thought in my head that The Rock would essentially be Triple H's boss in WWE, which is kind of the fact right now. No,
It is, but they had to replace him with somebody who was very likable.
that's it.
Uberly, not uberly likable. Because I mean, The Rock, he just had a goddamn football league go under. So yeah, but he's a motherfucker who can read the room and know when to apologize and move on. So I guess that's a good thing.
Does he need to
Um,
apologize for the football team?
I don't think he's apologizing for the football team, but I just think TKO needs to come out with something about this.
Well, I mean, it seems uh, it's unseen to remain. We're not sure if he's able to actually step to this role and actually be competent at his job. Like you said, his football team went under. His movies haven't necessarily been doing great. Um, and I mean, you like his tequila. I think that still works for him.
Yeah, the tequila's popping. I ain't gonna knock on that.
So I mean, like one out of three things that he's done has been working as of recently. So I guess that's good. Question mark.
He looks like Mother Teresa compared to what the fuck. He looks like Gandhi himself reincarnated when you read what the fuck Vince was doing.
Well, if TKO loses $63 million, we know who to fire, right?
True, but I mean, if you don't believe me, read that bitch. Just take a read. The first 20 pages was like, what the fuck?
Well,
But
yes,
I didn't think what's his face had it in him though.
Laurinaitis.
I did not see that coming from
Oh God,
dead ass.
I was gonna do the voice, but like, no, that's not. No.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.